interest lies in Vishnu or Krishna. The conditioned soul forgets this, therefore suffers material pains. Arjuna thought that his victory in the battle would only be a cause of lamentation for him. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pongam Langayate Girim Kripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, dear devotees. This is a very beautiful sloka where Arjuna is expressing his heart. He has his own thought process running behind, even though he knows what Krishna wants him to do, but still he has some other plans, which is a conditioned state of all the conditioned souls in this world. The difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul is conditioned soul will always have his own plans. The pure devotee or acharyas, their desire is to please the Lord. Krishna's plan is there. They do not have any other side plan. Whatever Krishna gives, whatever situation he gives, if he wants to take us away from some unwanted things, one should not be forceful to that. One should simply accept that. But that comes through utmost surrender and submissiveness and acceptance, which is lacking here at this particular instance in Arjuna's life. Even though Krishna has a plan for him, but Arjuna has another plan. Because through attachments and aversions, our plans will change. Please understand this. We are not different from this world, but we are part of this world. But technically, at one instance, I'll give an example. These attachments are very deep, rooted in the heart. Even though you see through the life of Srila Prabhupada, he was in Vrindavan, but he was not attached to it. Now, what is that? Everyone wants to be attached to it. That means, what does it mean he's not attached to it? Actually, he is attached to it, but he has another. Now, the moment he leaves Vrindavan, now we have an understanding that he's not attached to it, or he is, or he has some other plans. But if you closely think further about it, he's in Vrindavan, but he's away from Vrindavan. Yes, he's not in Vrindavan, but he's in Vrindavan. Physically, he's not in Vrindavan, but consciously he's in Vrindavan. Now, he might be leaving from Vrindavan to US. Today is the day with Prabhupada left to US. Oh, he's going to US. That doesn't mean that he's away from Vrindavan or he has no interest in Vrindavan. That doesn't mean that he's not attached to Vrindavan. That is a greatness from spirituality, dear devotees. Even though we are not with them, but still we can be with them. The Brajavasis are not with Krishna, but they are with Krishna. Because Krishna left. He was not there. He stayed only for a few years in Vrindavan. But even after leaving, even Krishna leaving Vrindavan, do you think Krishna has forgotten everyone? No. Even though he left Vrindavan, he's always there in Vrindavan. Because that is his natural state. Even though he might be working as a king, but internally he's always in Vrindavan. He might be working as a king in Dwarka. He might have 16,108 wives, but he's always thinking about them because his heart is there. Now, the same quality we see in our acharyas. This is a representation of Balram. So, yesterday, Balramji's appearance day. This is their representation. The acharyas, they leave Vrindavan, and to the other people who see him leaving, it's a shell of a shock. Generally, people would come to Vrindavan to stay there, but here they are leaving. What is this? If the attachment is deep, then they do the service in separation. Now, here the attachment which we are discussing here is not the deep attachment. This attachment is through the material nature. There are two kinds of attachment. One attachment through the material nature, another attachment through the spiritual nature, to the spiritual qualities. There's two things, material and spiritual. When one is through material, then that leads to tension, problem, frustration, bewilderment, anxiety, depression. It's only the one word, attachment. People get attached to so many things of this world. That's why they travel. They go here, they go to another place. Let's see, let's go to that place. Hmm? Let's go to Niagara, let's go to Vegas. Why? It's attachments. So that attachment which they have on that, it is pulling that person to that place. A desire to actually enjoy something is what allows us to do that action. It's just a desire that is not yet been manifested. It's a desire. Let's say I have a desire watching a movie. It is not a movie. I did not see, but a desire came. Then what happens? Slowly, that desire deepens. And then we will do that. Here Arjuna simply started thinking about them. That how can I do this? Thinking against what Krishna said. That is a whole problem. The conditioned soul forgets this and therefore suffers material pain. Why? Because Arjuna is showing ignorance of his real self-interest by Krishna's will. One's real self-interest lies in Krishna or Vishnu. That means his interest is my interest. That is also a desire, right? Just like a person who is actually watching a movie, that is his desire. But that desire is what? Is taking association of this material nature. No, that is also attachment, that is also association. But here Prabhupada is telling the attachment should be to the source of everything, which is Krishna. When that attachment is like that, manifested, then what do we see? Then we see change or transformation. Then he will be free from these dualities, which would happen to Arjuna. Nashta moha smritirlabdha. At the end, 18th chapter, Arjuna Nashta moha. Now, in this sloka, Arjuna is bewildered. But after hearing it, Nashta moha smritirlabdha. Karishya vachanam tava. Tad prasadamaya achyuta. And he's telling Nashta moha smritirlabdha. He's telling all the moha is dissipated because who? Because of whom? Because of Krishna is present. Tad prasadamaya achyuta. It is through your presence. It is through your prasada. Achyuta is who? Krishna. Mercy. Prasada means what? Mercy. It is through your mercy it is dissipated. That means just Krishna removed that. Removed that attachment from the heart. Dear devotees, it looks like simple. It looks very simple. Oh, Arjuna came. Arjuna is bewildered. Then Krishna spoke Gita. Then Arjuna is free from bewilderment. And then he fought. It looks very simple. But that entire thing between bewilderment and complete surrender, this is the life of a sadhaka. This is our life. For Arjuna, it's only half an hour. For us, it is, I don't know how many lifetimes. We don't know. Unless and until we are fully purified, we will not go back to Godhead. We don't know how many lifetimes this will take for us. For Arjuna, it's only half hour. Because those attachments which are deep in the heart, who will remove that? How must think about this? Who will remove that? Now, whose duty is that? This is when spiritual master comes. That is his duty. He does that. He helps our consciousness. Now, yesterday was that day. Was Adi Guru, Balramji. They have big service actually. For Arjuna, it was simple. Not for us. At least myself, It's not simple. We have to grow through. We cannot just go through. Grow, not go. GROW, grow. Not GO, go. It's very important because unless and until that is established, we cannot know anything in this world. Just like Srila Prabhupada gives this example of Dr. Frog. I'll tell this example. Most of you might know. Please do not hear that I know. The moment we hear in that way, we will forget the essence. This Mr. Frog, who is in the well, this Mr. Frog has an attitude. We'll discuss about that. The attitude is what? Whatever he knows, that is right. This is a deadly attitude. Mr. Frog has an attitude that whatever I know, that is right. This is a reason of atheism. Because he's convinced in the sense falsity conviction. That means taking the association of this material nature. Taking the association of this material nature. What is atheism? There is no God. Likewise, this frog also has similar attitude. The frog's mentality is a mentality of atheism. That the frog is convinced that there is nothing else other than this well. That is the attitude of this frog. So she is so convinced This is false ego. This is how it works, dear devotees. Through false ego only, Maya will actually work on us. Actually, she works in different levels. She works through the senses, she works through the mind, she works through the intelligence, she works through the false ego. She is powerful. Durga, very powerful. So, through that false ego, what she will tell is no, 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 no. Whatever you know is right. Whatever you are doing is right. Whatever we are aspiring is right. It will show us. She will show us. Just like she's showing this frog. And Srila Prabhupada uses that example and then teaches us very profusely. And then this frog, who is who is actually who actually has an understanding that there is nothing else other than this world. Everything is this. No, there's another frog which came from the bigger place. Let's say Pacific Ocean. The other frog came from there into this well. And then that frog started telling this Mr. Frog. The other frog came from the Pacific Ocean, started telling, you know what? There's a big ocean outside this well. There's a huge ocean. You know that? Then the frog says, no, there is nothing like that. The Mr. Frog says there is nothing. No, why it is telling that there is nothing like that? Because it did not see it. Likewise, when we hear the beautiful instructions from the scriptures that we have attachments, we say, no, 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 I do not have attachments. No, we have lust, greed, false ego, envy, we have anartha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsara. We say, no, 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 I do not have them. This is Mr. Frog. No, I do not have this problem, that problem. I'm good. You know another problem? I'm a devotee. That is another problem. You know what devotee means? We don't even know what's the definition of devotee. Devotee means is 24 hours is serving a spiritual master. That is devotee. 24 hours is serving the Lord. And through that service, he says that, oh, I'm not doing anything. That is devotee. And then even though he's getting happiness to his heart, even though he has everything, still he says that I have nothing. The hair is also standing on the end while he chants. Still he says that I have no taste, my dear Lord. This is devotee. Just like Srila Prabhupada, when he was about to leave, his godbrothers came to him and then they started asking, they started telling, Prabhupada, you did so many services. And then Prabhupada told them, I did so many offenses. I was heavy. I did offenses to you also. I preached big, big words which caused disturbance or inconvenience to you. He says, please forgive me, Prabhupada. The attitude. And then they all started telling, no, no, Swamiji, you did great. Nobody did like this in the past. Nobody will do like this in the future. Did great, Swamiji. No, we are very happy for all your services. They're godbrothers. They're friends. Prabhupada's friends, devotees. They're telling Swamiji, did great. Now see this attitude. The other side, we do one service. That's also somebody has given us. And then we think that we did service. This is a problem. We need to address this problem. Everything is given to us. This platform is given to us. The place to discuss has been given to us. Is it not? Is it not the mercy of the spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada? It is. It is their mercy. When we realize this, then the conviction in the process will deepen. Then nashtamoha smritirlabdha tad prasadam mayachyuta. That will happen. Just like it happened in the life of Arjuna, it will happen to us. Because what Arjuna did and what we are not doing, that we need to question. You know what Arjuna did? He simply accepted the instructions of Krishna as it is. Just like Srila Prabhupada wrote this Bhagavad Gita book as it is. As it is means this is Krishna only, dear devotees. As it is. There's no difference. Whatever Srila Prabhupada says, it is the words of Krishna. It is the words of his spiritual master. Nothing else. Because Prabhupada never proclaimed that I am speaking this. This is the attitude. We should be sold out for this consciousness. Prabhupada says, I never did this. My spiritual master is speaking through me. Krishna is speaking through me. I never spoke anything. All little qualification, I wanted to present this truth as is. That's why you see so many people's life got transformed and transforming by accepting this truth. We should accept this truth as is. We cannot play around with Gita. If we begin playing around with Gita, Maya will shatter us left and right in this world. That is the reason, you know why devotees suffer more? It's good in one way, but the other way is we are not taking the truth core to the heart, and then we are committing sinful activities even after knowing these things. So all the offenses, it's one of the offense. For to blaspheme the Vedic literature portions of Vedic version. That means when we blaspheme the literature, what happens? What do you mean by blaspheme of Vedic literature? Not following the instructions. That means these instructions are something. That means, oh, Arjuna, I don't know whether Arjuna has really done this or not. Like doubtful mentality. Or literature portions of Vedic version. That means not having that right perception, not having that right vision. That this truth is as is. This is not this will not change like our social studies books, like our science books, like our so-called theories. I don't know who added that Big Bang theory in that are in our school books when we studied. So much falsification. And who is confirming that the truth that is truth? No, without a person, do you see anything creation happening? No, without you going and sowing in the seed, will the plant come? Without you studying, will we go through the exams? Without our working on the project, will the project be finished? No, we have to work on that. The person has to be there. Without person, how is that thing happening? Hare Krishna. So, our actions and aspirations should be in that line. Become free from attachments of this world. And depend more and more. And then the discussion which we began, our conversation today, of Srila Prabhupada leaving Vrindavan, but he is in Vrindavan. Now, how is a person leaving Vrindavan will remain in Vrindavan? We touched upon that little bit. We want to discuss that further because these are all things which will manifest in one's heart when one completely submits towards the instructions of the Lord and the Acharyas. So that is the nature of Srila Prabhupada. He has completely submitted himself. There's no other thing, no other business in his life. His whole focus is that. So that's why even though he's outside Vrindavan, he is in Vrindavan. Because his heart is so pure. He has no tinge of any other desire other than pleasing his spiritual master. Just see, so pure heart. This we need to aspire. Krishna, the Brijabasis, Krishna is, they're not seeing Krishna physically for the next 100 years. But they're all with Krishna. Even the trees, cows, peacocks, Gopabalas, elderly gopis, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, they're all with him. How? Through their consciousness. And then they're feeling so much separation because Krishna is not there. Now, this separation only comes when one comes to the pure devotion service. Otherwise, the separation will not manifest. And unless that is manifesting in one's heart, we cannot understand what Krishna consciousness is. Please don't understand. Krishna consciousness means we do whatever I want and then I chant Hare Krishna and go back and back to God. That will never happen in our life. For example, if I do whatever I want and then on the sidelines I chant Hare Krishna and then having all material desires and then also have a desire of going back and back to God, that will not manifest. Heart has to become pure. Just like Arjuna, is Arjuna's heart good here? Because he has some material desires. Of what? No, this is a goodness. This is actually, this desire is actually in goodness. But if you still see that, still that is material. That means Arjuna is actually appreciating his grandfather's Dronacharya is actually appreciating what they have done in his life. Even though that is manifested, but still that is against the principle of the Lord, for purposes that is sense gratification. Now, thinking about others is also sense gratification. Wow. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to give up his kingdom. He doesn't want anything. Even that also is sense gratification. Wow. Then we cultivating so much, developing so many assets, cultivating this, that, this, increasing so many properties. Then what are we? This person, he wants to give up everything. Krishna says that is also wrong. Then we inculcating so many things, then what is a word to be used for that? There are no words for that. If this is wrong, that is absurd. That is wrong into 1,000. Krishna is calling this as wrong. Prabhupada is saying this is wrong. Prabhupada is saying Arjuna is doing it for his sense gratification. That's why he is in. His hands are shaking, he's bewildered. Because he did everything for his own happiness. Because he has other plans other than what Krishna's plans are. He's looking for something else. Wow. It's very important. Oh, why Arjuna is bewildered? Through the attachments. Bapre. When attachments are not fulfilled, aversion will come. That aversion Arjuna is showing in this sloka. न च शक्नोमि अवस्तुत्यं ब्रह्मतीवा च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यानि परीतानि केशव. I am only a nimittani, causes. Chapashyani, I see, Viparitani, just the opposite. Because he's not remembering, because he's not following the instructions of Krishna. Just it is Viparitani. Viparitani means what? Viparitani is the opposite side. So, dear devotees, what do you think after hearing this? Is it not so vital? Please think about this. On one side, if we aspire to be Krishna consciousness, and on the other side, we're developing material desires. What is that? Is it not are we not cheating ourselves? We are cheating ourselves actually. So this cheating is what? This cheating is actually an offense against the holiness because you are not following the instructions nicely. Then it when if it is an when it becomes an offense against the holy name, then what happens? We will not get the taste to chant Hare Krishna. And when we do not get taste to chant Hare Krishna, then we what happens? Then we look happiness somewhere else. That is how devotees would come to the process, not getting the taste, not understanding the essence, not training, not getting right training, and then they leave. They leave the movement. That's why you see every 5 years you see new devotees. What is the new devotees? New devotees are coming is good, but old devotees are leaving. In the community, every 5 years you see new set of devotees, and then old set of devotees are gone. Why? Because they never took association. One understood what Krishna consciousness is. It is so sad actually. And then when Prabhupada was being asked this, Swamiji, a lot of devotees are coming, but they're also leaving. Swamiji, what is this? Prabhupada said, see the devotees who are stick on. See the devotees who are there. Associate nicely and move forward. Because Bahunam Janmanamate Jnanamam Aprapatite Vasudeva Sarvamiti. To understand Vasudeva is the source of everything is rare, dear devotees. Samahatma Sudurlavaha. It's very rare. We don't want to leave. We want to stay. Actually, no, another question will come. What do you mean by leaving? Are so many devotees are not leaving. Devotees are there in the moment, leaving in the consciousness level. We might just stay in the moment. That will not help us or even the moment. We should aspire to do more. This life has to be used for that. We are meant for that. We do not have anything else. Dear devotees, please try to understand. If the hearing is not done correctly, we cannot do it. We cannot put it in action. This is a great gift my spiritual master gave. If the hearing is not done correctly, then actions will not come. The simple thing, dear devotees, I'll tell you. Now you go to an office. You have only a couple of years of experience. And then the office which you're going, the experience which you had will not help. That means you have to be trained. You have to understand everything. For that, you have to study. You have to prepare. Don't you prepare for that? Yes, we prepare for that. Just for a material job. Why I said material? Because we never because if the results which are coming out of that job is not used in the service of the Lord, it is material only. That's why I said material. So this material job, just for this material job, we require so much study. Don't you think that for becoming Krishna conscious, we require training? That Shravana and Kirtana has to happen every day. If that is not happening, then that's a problem. Then the mind will fool us around and then it will tell, oh, is Krishna really there? Is Arjuna really, was he bewildered? Doubtful mentalities will come. Because, because the consciousness is absorbed somewhere else. That problem has to be addressed. That means we should find ways and means to elevate our consciousness more and more. Such as, when we have free time, we should read. We should think about it. Why is Krishna talking about uh, fruitive mentalities? Why is Krishna telling to become free from fruitive results? Should think about that. Because the more we become fruitive. Fruitive means what? Thinking about us. That is fruitive. As simple as that. Here Arjuna is thinking about himself. That if I kill them, Krishna, you will send me to hell. I will not go to hell. He gives so many reasons. I'll not go to hell, Krishna. They're my relatives. How can I kill them? I don't want kingdom. To whom I'll show this kingdom? If all the people are dead, to whom I'll show this kingdom? I don't want any of those things, Krishna. No, these are the reasons, which are all very valid. But this valid reasons is also proper saying is sense gratification. Wow. Swamiji is using heavy words. Prabhupada Hare Krishna. But that is a fact. Anything which is away from the Lord and his teachings and his pure devotees, that's all Maya. Complete Maya. Now we might agree or disagree. It doesn't matter. We might hear or not hear, it doesn't matter. We might know or doesn't matter. Even atheist doesn't know that even atheist is convinced that there is no God. But that doesn't matter to him. That doesn't matter because even if he agrees or doesn't agree, Krishna is there. Just like the frog is not agreeing to the other frog which came into the well. The other frog came into the well, and then this frog is telling, no, there is nothing like this. There is no Pacific Ocean, Baba. What are you talking about? Just this well is the only thing which is there. Just see the narrow-minded. Why this narrow-minded is coming? Through false ego, because he thinks that he knows. What is he doing? He thinks that he knows. मुझे सब मालूम है. I know everything. What is this? This is foolishness actually. Now a person who came from the Pacific Ocean is telling all the descriptions. He's giving all the reasons and logics. He's telling everything. But this person is not in a position to agree. Because through false ego, and the other important aspect is he did not develop a relationship with the frog. The frog did not develop a relationship with the other frog. It cannot do because it has no brain. Mandamati. Now that is a great lesson for us. When we develop relationship with them, when we develop that faith and conviction and trust on them, then we move forward in our bhakti. Then we give everything to them. Then all the services which we do at the temple, we all give it to our spiritual master, to the superiors who gave it to us. Yes. Because it's not we who did it. Who did it? It's they who did it. If there is no temple in our city, can we do anything? If Krishna has kept us in a place that there is a temple, that means we've been given that opportunity. Now, how grateful we should be, dear devotees. Every day when we go to the temple, this is what we need to think. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, my dear superiors, because it is only through your mercy I have got this opportunity. Now, let me just do this service. No prajalpa at the temple. That's an offense because that is an offense. That is disobeying the orders of the spiritual master. Our spiritual master said, no prajalpa. That means no mundane discussion at the temple. If a person is doing some mundane discussion, stay away from that. Tell him very clearly, Prabhu, I don't want to do this. I don't want to fall into the prey of Maya. I don't want to do offenses. Please give me an opportunity so that I can just do my services and then go. If we have devotees like that, just couple of devotees, that's fine. Associate with them and then move forward. Move forward in Krishna consciousness. Move forward. We are not here to get stuck with our attachments. Through attachments only Prajalpa comes. What is Prajalpa? Prajalpa means talking something which is unwanted. What is unwanted? That means in that unwanted thing we have attachment. Why people go invest their time in reviewing the stock market? There's a lot of time, they invest a lot of time because they're putting their money. Because that is their attachment. Through that attachment, they want to increase the tree of wealth. Hare, it's all foolishness. The moment this body is gone, what kind of the moment this body is gone, do we bring all our wealth? Hare Krishna. We cannot bring. So I'll stop here. Anyone would like to add anything? Any questions? Any comments? It's very important, dear devotees. Please try to think about this. When we are bewildered in our life, we need to understand we are only bewildered because we are not at a state of deeper understanding.
Hare
That's
Krishna
why it's
Prabhuji,
just
Dhanu Pranam.
Manidhar Prabhu, please tell. Yes, Prabhu.
Dhanu Pranam, very nice class this morning. Such a great realization, Prabhuji.
Can I
Uh,
see your face, Prabhu? Want to see?
it's a material body, Prabhu. But yeah,
No,
let
no,
me.
no, 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 no.
One second.
You're doing services at the temple. So
Okay, I hope you can see me now.
yes, please tell.
Okay, it will glare actually. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much question, but one thing was there like triggered. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita is the message of God. It's Prabhupada's commentary, and Prabhupada ji has written, and that is Krishna himself has, given him guidance. So
Yeah.
why there has been so many revisions in Bhagavad Gita as it is? Like if we know that okay, this is um, Lord's message, and and Prabhupada ji has written it just he did his duty. But why there are still some revisions happening, and they keep changing the scriptures?
I think the revisions which are happening is not to replace what Prabhupada gave, but it is to make it more clear. Just like grammatical differences, not change in the philosophy. The philosophy is as is. Grammatical differences. That's all. All those changes are for that. And also another important aspect. When one develops relationship with the acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, and our spiritual master with our heart, these differences or the changes will not impact our consciousness. Because technically, actually, to be honest, these differences are not actually changes to something what Srila Prabhupada gave. Those modifications are done for a better understanding. That's the service which they have done. So it is not what they wanted to show something else other than what Srila Prabhupada has given. No, it's the same science. You can actually compare both of them. Still, you will not see any change or the difference. The essence will be the same. And the servant of my spiritual master, I have to abide to him. I have to do my services. That will not be changed. Core principle is not changed. Medical changes here and there. That's okay. Making sense, Prabhu? Manidhar Prabhu?
Oh, yeah, sure, bro.
Try to develop nice relationship with your spiritual master by following his instructions.
You're right.
Do not be worried of these changes because they are not actually changing anything. They're actually presenting in a better way. That's all. Hare Krishna. So from our side, what should be our aspiration is to follow the principles of our spiritual master more and more. They would give us some instructions. We should try to follow them nicely. Follow four regulative principles nicely. Chant Hare Krishna nicely. Do our services nicely. Stay in the mood of servant of the servant of the servant. This we need to do from our side. This is what we need to do. Prabhupada will be very happy. Our spiritual master will be very happy with this. This we need to aspire. Because whoever does this is doing a great service for himself, which is what we need to do. We need to aspire for that. Hare Krishna. I know all of you are nicely following, but when we think about these things more, then we will follow more in a deeper level.
Also,
And
Prabhuji, yeah.
yes, bro.
Oh. One thing is like, a lot of time when we see devotees reciting the Bhagavad Gita, or whether devotee, non devotees, they recite Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit. And we don't know the meaning of the slokas. And
Correct.
sometimes, like, we have seen like comments, people say, okay, that is Krishna speaking. So, like, you are not Krishna. Then why there is a need? Why are you reciting Bhagavad Gita then? Like, it's better to understand the meaning and follow. Basically, you're not Krishna. Like, if I say like aham tavam some papebhyo and some kind of sloka, that means like I will take care of your all your sins. But I'm not Krishna. So why there is like some people have their excuses for not reciting it, and basically discouraging others also. But you want to clarify, Prabhu, on this? Like, because this is the message of Krishna. We should read. We should understand also.
Yeah, we should read.
Mhm.
We should read to please our spiritual master. That becomes devotion. Because he told me to read, just like that South Indian Brahmana, he was
Yeah.
being given this opportunity from his spiritual master. His spiritual master told him, you read every day. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. You know that pastime, right?
Hmm.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, was so happy because he was just doing what his spiritual master told him. Every day, he's just doing the same thing. Even though he doesn't know how to study, he didn't calculate anything. He just did what he heard. So when we read or when we hear, this is what we need to aspire for. Because they told me I'm doing it for their happiness. So whoever just reciting, it gives punya Prabhu, Manidhar Prabhu. They get some punya. Punya means pious credits. It is a punya which they are cultivating, which they are cultivating in their karma. They are adding some punya to it. But it will only become bhakti when we are doing it to please the other person, to please the Lord. So the same recitation can be done, but if that is recited, stating that Krishna will be happy, Prabhupada will be happy if I do the recitation, that becomes devotion. Now that doesn't mean that we just learn the shlokas and then don't understand the meaning behind it. We learn both, learn the sloka and also meaning. To learn the meaning, we need to do shravanam. We need to do hearing process. When hearing comes, then we will learn the meaning of it. Hare Krishna. Is that okay, bro?
Yeah, definitely, Guru. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhurasya patitanam pavanabhyo Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.